Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Before we start our program about this Muslim scholar who exposed the Quran and the stupidity of the one who made the Quran, there is a Muslim in the chat. He said something Muslims always they say. He said Christian Prince is a liar. His name is You Need It True, James Livara. You should read Ibn Kathir about this verse. Ibn Kathir proved that CP is far liar. I don't know what verse you are talking about, but I'm going to Ibn Kathir, and in a second this guy, he will say I don't like Ibn Kathir. Let us see. Remember, he is the one who advised us to read Ibn Kathir. Okay, here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. As you see, this is the Muslim website. Ibn Kathir, chapter 86, verse number 1 to 10. The Quran says that women, they have a sperm coming from the location of the necklace, and the man have a sperm coming from the backbone. Now what he will say to you, he will say, don't read Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is a liar. But a second ago, he was saying, don't read the Christian Prince. Christian Prince is a liar. Now, as long Ibn Kathir is the one who can explain things, well, here we go. Ibn Kathir explained the Quran very well. Quoting your prophet, explained that the woman, she have a sperm which is yellow and fine in texture, and the man, he have a sperm which is white and thick in texture, and the child will not be born except from both of them. And where this liquid is coming from, it's a gushing forth of fluid coming out of the screen of the private part of the woman and the man, and it is the backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman. So what he will say now, he will say Ibn Kathir is a liar. He will say, I don't accept Ibn Kathir. Are you there, Abdul? Are you there? Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. He's dead now. He is not even talking. He's not even moving. You know, that's it. He faint. You see how he faint? Where are you, Ibn Kathir boy? When I am not live on air, they are heroes. The second I start talking, they play dead. This is Ibn Kathir. You ask us to go to Ibn Kathir. This is Ibn Kathir. Here, read with me. And this is why I'm still single, because I don't want to go to the bedroom and then my wife, she take off her clothes, and instead of seeing a breast, I see testicles. I'm scared. Backbone, the sperm of the man coming from the backbone. This is what science teach. And women, they have a sperm since when? And the sperm of the women is coming from the location of the necklace of the ribs. Thank you very much for mentioning Ibn Kathir. Now he will not talk about Ibn Kathir. The second I change the topic, I'm not talking about him no more. He will start moving in the chat. It's like they are like cats and rats, you know. Now he is not talking. He's dead. What happened to you? Hello, Mr. What's your name? You need the true. You need the true. Okay, here we go. This is the true. Ibn Kathir. What do? You play dead. Did you take hashish? Or did you leave Islam or not yet? Anyway, bunch of kids. Now let us go back to our topic. Today our topic about a Muslim sheikh. He is from Iraq. And he is asking questions about how the Quran can be from God. Yet the Quran says stupid things. As we will, I will let him speak in Arabic and I will translate what he say, and we will make our comments. Now remember, this guy, he don't say he is an ex-Muslim. No, he's a sheikh still. All what he's saying, Quran cannot be from God. It's a stupid book. He worship Allah, but he don't accept the Quran to be the book of God. Listen carefully and let us see what the sheikh want to say to us. When we say that this is a book from Allah, this is the most insult to Allah. This is the start of the video. The Sheikh, he just said, when we say the Quran is the word of Allah, this is the most insult to Allah. What else?
أنا أريد أنزه الله والذات المقدسة عن أن ينسب له مثل هذا الكلام.
we should never let a holy God be attached to such a stupid thing. You know, that this is an insult.
هذا كلام بشر.
This is the words of a human being.
مستحيل أن يكون فيه هذه اللخبطات.
This is a human being words, and there is no way God will say such a thing messed up.
البلاغية والعلمية.
In the language and in science.
يقولون أن أحمد القبنشي مثلا يطعن في الذات الإلهية.
They say that Ahmed Qabbanji, this is his name, he is insulting Allah. The fact, no. They are the one who insult
أنا
Allah.
أقول أنتم تطعنون السلفيين وعلماء الإسلام، أنتم تطعنون في الذات المقدسة إذا نسبتم هذا إلى الله.
You are the one who insult Allah, not me, by saying that the Quran is from Allah.
النبي ما جاب حجة على أن هذا هو جبرائيل.
Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, supposedly is saying, he never brought any proof that the one who spoke to him is Jibreel. What is the proof?
هو يعرفه قبله، لا هو طلب جنسيته، جوازه، هويته، بطاقة تموينية، شيء حتى يعرفه.
He never met him before. He never asked for a proof that he is Jibreel from God. He don't know anything about him. He don't even know. They did not ask him, do you have a passport? Do you have a proof? Anything. So how he knew that this is Jibreel?
هو قال أنا جبرائيل صدقني.
The guy, he said, I am Jibreel. Muhammad says, okay.
احنا ما نصدق، احنا لازم نثبت. الله قال لك مباشرة خاطبك، راح ادز لك واحد اسمه جبرائيل، انت اخذ بكل كلامه.
You know, if somebody told you that I am sent by God and my name is Jibreel, that's it, you take his words. You don't question or prove anything.
الله ما قال.
By the way, the video of his channel, it is down in the info in case for those who speak Arabic. All right.
يقولون أن أحمد القبنشي مثلا يطعن في الذات الإلهية. أنا أقول أنتم تطعنون السلفيين وعلماء الإسلام، أنتم تطعنون في الذات المقدسة إذا نسبتم هذا إلى الله.
Again, he's saying again, like it's repeated from the video, that they say that I am insulting Allah. The fact they are the one who insult Allah by saying this Quran is from Allah. There's no way.
لا يمكن للإله العظيم أن يتكلم بمثل هذا الكلام.
It's impossible for a great God to speak in such a silly language.
بكل هذه التناقضات.
All these contradictions.
وبكل هذه الضعف البلاغي.
And the weakness in the Arabic language. You see, the Muslims, they say Quran is amazing Arabic. Do this guy, he speak Arabic? Is he a person who knows what Arabic is?
الموجود. الآن نأخذ سورة ونأخذ خطبة أيضا أخرى. سورة الرحمن. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن.
He is reading from the chapter of Ar-Rahman. So he says Ar-Rahman, he taught the Quran. And he will make a comment about that.
خلق الإنسان. إذن أول شيء علم القرآن ثم خلق الإنسان. عشان أنت تعلم القرآن علما.
He says the Quran says that Allah, he taught the Quran and then he created the human. So he's saying, okay, Allah was teaching the Quran to who? If there's no human yet. And here he's showing you, like in languages, like the language, it's stupid. You don't say that. You know, you have to bring things in order. So he taught the Quran and then he created the man. Okay, but who? You were teaching the Quran to who? This is not about science. This is about now language. You know, Arabic language. You don't do that.
إذا بعدك ما خلق الإنسان. المفروض يقول خلق الإنسان علم القرآن.
He should say he created the man, human, and then he taught the Quran. You don't say he taught the Quran and then he created the man.
عشان تعلم القرآن للجن. هو القرآن نزل للعرب.
You were teaching Quran to who? To the genie? The Quran was sent to the Arab.
فإذا الإنسان أول ما خلق ثم القرآن. الآن يقول.
Supposedly, the one who was created first is the human, and then the Quran come, because this Quran is made for the human, right?
الرحمن علم القرآن علما علم ما ندري.
Allah, he taught the Quran to who? We don't know. To who? We don't know.
هو القرآن بعدين صدر بعد وجود الإنسان.
The Quran came long after the human being was created.
يقول خلق الإنسان. زين علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان. شنو الشمس والقمر؟
The sun and the moon are in a scale. What does that mean?
يعني تدور بحساب.
Said this is not important. Let it go.
والنجم والشجر يسجدان.
And the stars and the trees, they bow down to Allah. Okay, so let us see. Actually, the najm here, it's coming not as a star, it's coming as a small plant or like a small tree. But anyway.
إذا هو كل الكون ساجد الله، خب بعد ليش تخصصه بالنجم؟ النجم يعني النبات الصغير. النجم والشجر يسجدان. مفخر الله الشجر يسجد.
I mean, what does God, talking about? He said that a small plant and big plant, trees, they bow down to Allah. I mean, what is this? If this is the God who created the universe, he is proud that the trees, they bow down to him? Small trees and big trees? Huh.
وكل المخلوقات تسجد.
Shouldn't all the creatures are bowing down to Allah supposedly?
ليش تخصص بس الشجر؟
Why only you say trees? What's special?
زين. والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان.
And the sky he raised it and he made a scale.
زين. هذا بعد بحوث علمية شلون الرفع؟ هو أساسا ماكو رفع للسماء.
According to science, there is no such a thing. It's called here lift up the sky. According to science, there is no such a thing.
لأنه السماء هي كرات تطوف بالسماء.
He's saying like the earth is supposedly is like a ball is swimming in the sky. So how you say we lift up the sky?
ما يعني مو فقط سقف الله رفعها.
Not how it's a ceiling Allah he lifted up. What is that?
هاي توهم الفكر الجاهلي.
This is illusion of the stupid ones, the ignorant.
زين ألا تطغوا في الميزان يا أيها الناس لا تطغوا في الميزان.
Oh people, don't mess up the scale. The scale is like when you buy and sell. Let's say you want to buy 3 kilograms of potatoes, so don't cheat and make them less than 3 kilograms, okay?
على رأسي نصيحة أخذناها.
Okay, this is a good thing. We take an advice. Don't play with the scale, okay?
زين بعد شنو؟ وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان.
And he says, keep repeating again, and do the same, like, and do be just in the scale, and don't play with the scale.
مو هسه أنت قلت لنا لا تطغوا في الميزان.
But you just said in the verse before it, don't play with the scale.
هذا شنو؟
What is this? You know what he's saying? He's saying if you just say to me, don't play with the scale, and we say thank you, why you are repeating the same thing in the verse just after? The same exactly.
ألا تطغوا في الميزان هي نفسها هاي العبارة.
It's the same.
يعني شرحها عبارة واضحة. جاي يشرح وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط.
He repeat again now. He can keep continuing saying the same. Once after once after once. Don't play with the scale.
ولا تخسر الميزان. هاي كلها كلمات متكررة.
This is always repeated. What the benefit of it?
يعني هو أنت قلت الآن ألا تطغوا في الميزان كافي. زين افتهمنا يلا. والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان. يعني النعم الإلهية جاي يعدد.
And then later he repeated how many blessings he gave us. Okay.
النعم الإلهية بعدين شنو فشيء عجيبة.
And then after what? Crazy stuff.
يقول فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
And he says, in what in the favor of your God you accuse of a lie?
من هم ما ندري.
He's talking to who? Who? Those who he's talking to who?
غير أول شيء تجيب الإنس والجن بعدين تقول هسه لحد الآن ذكر الإنس والجن ما جاء.
Until now he did not mention. He's talking to who? Did not mention neither genie or a human.
بعدين ذكر الإنس والجن. يعني هاي الآية منو فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ربكما من هم؟
Those, who are those, you know? And here it's coming like for two individual. Who are those two? Who are they? Shouldn't you mention before you tell us you are talking to who and about who?
أنت ما ذكرت الجن والإنس.
And until now he did not mention neither genie or a human, so he's talking to who?
هسه عددت النعم الإلهية. قلت يا أيها الناس لا تطغوا في الميزان. رأسا تقول فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
You know what is the connection? He's saying like you said how blessing Allah He gave to us, and then suddenly you speak about the scale, and then you speak about two. They should not accuse Allah of lying. But who are they? Well,
زين بعدين وراها يقول خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي. هل هذا معقولة؟ أول ما يجيب الفاعل يجيب الاسم الظاهر.
Now he's speaking about Arabic grammar. He says grammatically here it's more makes sense. He created the human from صلصال وفخار. Okay.
بعدين يجيب شنو؟ الضمير. مو هنا يجيب يعني أي بلاغة هذه.
So this is you know, like this. There's a stupid here, stupid mistakes always, that you don't talk about a person before you mention who is the person you are talking about.
يجيب الضمير قبل الاسم الظاهر.
You bring, like you say he, but you don't say who is he. You know what I mean? Mentioning he without saying he who. Who is he?
هذه بلاغة هذه.
Oh, this can be a good language.
وكل هاي المآسي البلاغية في القرآن المفسرين والبلغاء يصوروها أنه هذه قاعدة بلاغية.
All those disasters in the Quran, the Muslim scholars, they claim that this is like this is the base of a grammar. Like this is the Quran created this base, which is obviously not from Arabic and it's stupid. But because it's in the Quran, they have to say, oh, the Quran must be right.
قاعدة تقديم الضمير على الاسم.
Where you put he before you put the name, you know, you never mention the name and you put he before.
هي خطأ.
But this is wrong.
إذا هي أول اسم الظاهر بعدين.
Then you put the name and then you put the he for or she.
الضمير يعود على المتقدم.
The one, this he or she should go back to the person you spoke about already, not the opposite.
ما يعود على المتأخر. هذا خطأ بلاغي.
It doesn't go for someone who will come later.
لكنه مفسرين وعلماء الإسلام رأسا يقول يسووها قاعدة بلاغية والقاعدة أي اختراع القرآن.
And they say, oh, this is a grammar made by the Quran, and they make it a grammar. They which means they fabricate.
وما جاء زين. وخلق الجان من مارج من النار. زين. خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار. هو الصلصال هو الفخار.
Let me explain to you what he's saying here. Because maybe you will not notice unless this website keeps giving me advertising in my screen. Anyway. Just to show you the verse he was mentioning about. And here you will see that how stupid this verse is. He says, خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار. من صلصال كالفخار. Let us hear what he will say and we will die laughing. We will go back here.
شنو معنى كالفخار؟ يعني جاي تشبه الشيء بنفسه. تراجعون الجزء اللغوي الصلصال هو الطين الجاف المحمى على النار. هو الفخار.
So look what he's saying. You go check any dictionary, you will find that salsal is the same word for fakhar. So how you say he made him from salsal kal-fakhar, but what fakhar is a salsal. Salsal simply is a clay which is heated by fire, and this is what fakhar is. You see here in translation in English doesn't show, but it's stupid. It's like saying the water is the same as the water, or saying I made you like a glass, made you I made you of a glass like a glass. So when he say here his question, how in the world, the one who made this verse, he say, I made the human the same as fukhar, which is like, you know, those containers, you made them from mud, you know what I mean? What they call them in English? Sounding clay. The one you burn, like you make it in a shape and then you put it in a fire to give it strength. So he's saying salsal and fakhar is the same thing. So how you say I made him from salsal the same as fakhar? But fakhar is salsal. What kind of God? He do not know that salsal and fakhar is the same word. It's like saying, I made you BMW like BMW, like the guy when I give you BMW, you know? So, I made you BMW like the BMW. But this is BMW. No, not ceramic, you know, the one, you know, come on guys, don't make it complicated. Yeah, oh boy. They don't know what I'm talking about. Give me a second. All right. Do you know now what I'm talking about? Ready clay, you mix it together. Usually in the old villages, old days, the women, they step in it to keep mixing it very well, or they use like a very, you know, handmade machine to mix it very well together. And then they put it inside an oven. They put high heated fire, and they heat it, and then it became strong, and they use it in the house for drinking water, for cooking, you know, in all days is what they use. So the Quran says, I made you salsal, kal fukhar, but salsal is the same as fukhar. So the Sheikh is questioning how stupid this statement is, to say that I made you fukhar or salsal, kal fukhar, when both are the same. How that can be a strong language? You know what I mean? Obviously, the one who wrote the word, he did not know that this is the same word. All right?
الفخار تشبه بالفخار، الفخار تشبه بالفخار.
Do you say fakhar is the same as fakhar? You say Pepsi is the same as Pepsi?
هاي شلون؟ زين. فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان؟ رب المشرقين ورب المغربين. زين.
The Lord of the two East and West. I don't know if you will explain this one, but I will explain it if you did not.
المشرقين كلها لها 20 تفسير.
All of this have like a 20 interpretation. You know, the Muslims, in order to explain how stupid Muhammad is, they give you all the interpretation trying to solve the problem. How in the world we have two East and two West? How we have two East and two West? We cannot have two East and two West. But because Muhammad is a false man, he's a fool, he thought because the sun in the winter appear from different place where the sun appear in the summer. So he thought those are two East and two West. You see it? Allah is God, and he is saying he is the Lord of the two East and the two West. Right? And look at the Muslims in the chat. In order to avoid the disaster we are speaking about in their God and stupidity, they start quoting different things to change the topic. You know, it's embarrassing. They don't want to say, okay, well, what kind of God he think there's two East? Just because the sun appear from different location in the winter, so we think there's two East and two West? Let it go. We go back to the Sheikh. He's spanking Allah very well. I like it when Muslims they spank Allah for me. I sit and I'm listening and enjoying. I do not need to do the job. Here we go. Thank you, Sheikh.
مشرقين شنو؟ يعني مرة يقول رب المشرق والمغرب، مرة يقول المشرق والمغربين، مرة يقول المشارق والمغارب.
Once he say two East and two West. Once he say the Lord of is East, because there's many East. And and once they say the Lord of many West. So what is that?
إذا أنت من أول قول له واحد عندنا لو اثنين لو.
Either you say there's one east or two, and that's it. I mean, why you keep saying east, two east, one east? Just say, tell us how many east we have. Just tell us.
10.
Not 10.
مو كل مرة في الشكل.
Not each time different one. Either it's one east or two east. Not every verse is different story.
زين إيه بها تفسير. زين مرج البحرين يلتقيان.
The two seas who meet.
بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. يعني اكو بحرين، بحر مالح وبحر حلو كل المفسرين. وبينهما برزخ لا يبغيان. هذا لحد الان ما يندرى وين.
The Quran says there is two seas, and between them there is a barrier, and they never met. Until now we cannot find where is that. What is this? One is salty and one is fresh. Where we can find them?
بحر مالح وبحر حلو وما يتصلن. هذا.
There is an ocean of salty water and ocean of fresh water. Where we can find them? Where we can find them?
طور ووصل الأجرام السماوية وكل شبر بالأقمار الصناعية معروف عند علماء الطبيعة.
Human being, he have now satellite, they went to the space, they study every inch in this earth. So where we can find this salty water and fresh water?
حتى باطن الأرض
they knew what is inside the earth.
يدرون. أما لحد الآن ما شافوا أكو بحر مالح وبحر حلو.
Until now nobody found there is an ocean which is salty and ocean which is fresh. Where we can find that?
زين هسه إذا أكو فد مكان بعدهم ما مكتشفيه، شنو ربط ويا هاي نعمة على الإنسان؟ ماكو.
And then what is the connection with this? This is a blessing for a human being. What is that?
أنا نقول فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. يعني هاي نعمة عظيمة. إذا كان بحر حلو بحر مالح، أي نعمة ولحد الآن ما.
Where is the blessing when you say there is a fresh water sea and the salty water sea, and where we get that? I mean, what a blessing! We can't even find it. To talk about we have a blessing of something, we should have it. Where we have it?
أحد يعرف وين صايرة.
Nobody knows even where it is.
مثلا القرآن يقول خلق الديناصورات في قبل 100 مليون سنة فبأي آلاء ربكما.
Imagine that Quran says that Allah he created the dinosaur by a million years ago. How you accuse Allah of lying?
شنو الديناصورات شنو نعمة علينا؟
But what does have to do with the blessing of Allah by mentioning the dinosaur? For sure the Quran did not mention dinosaur, but he is saying imagine.
يعني في شيء مو محسوس.
Because this is not something we never saw, we never touch.
ولا واحد شايفه. أي نعمة. زين بعدين يقول ويخرج منهم اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
And then he says from it pearls and coral come from it. From what? From the salty sea and the fresh water.
تكذبان. زين اللؤلؤ والمرجان مال الملوك الفقراء العرب الجاهلين أصلا ما شايفين لؤلؤ.
He's saying, well, the pearls and the coral, those are for kings. For kings. So how this is a blessing from Allah? The poor, they never have that. When you say blessing for who? How pearls and coral is a blessing for mankind?
زين على شنو انت تمن على الناس جميعا انه هسه تقول التفاح، البرتقال، الخبز، اللحم، كل الناس يستفادون.
If I say that Allah he bless us with apples, fruits, meat, bread, we say okay, all people have benefit, but saying coral and pearls, this is only for kings. So what is the blessing here?
اللؤلؤ والمرجان بس الملوك، انت خاطب الملوك.
Are you talking to kings only? This is the blessing?
اللي يستفادون من اللؤلؤ والمرجان. سنفرغ لكم ايها الثقلان، يهدد. سنفرغ لكم ايها الثقلان، يعني سنة مشغولين احنا. عندنا شغل.
And he says, okay, wait, I will have time for you later. And he's saying, so he's busy. What is that? Allah saying he's busy now?
جاي اللي بده السماوات والارض فاليوم يجي نتفرغ لكم. هاي تشبيه بالإنسان يعني.
This is a human talk, saying like a human. Okay, a day will come and I will be not busy. I will come after you.
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. يعني هسه هو جاي يهدد ومع ذلك يقول.
And he repeat the same sentence, which is watch in the favor of your Lord you deny, which is stupid to repeat the same sentence anyway.
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. إنسان غير فشي نعمة تذكر زين. يا معشر الجن والإنس. شوف هذه اللي يقول آية علمية.
Some they say this is scientific verse. O mankind and genie. Okay. Some they say it's scientific verse. Let's see what it is.
تثبت أنه القرآن كتاب علم طابق العلم.
Prove that the Quran is matched with science. He's saying this. Many Muslims they say that.
يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا. تريدون تلحون القمر للمريخ فانفذوا. لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. دولة علماء الإسلام.
He's saying if you can pass by the zone of the earth and the heaven, pass, but you cannot pass. And then he says, and the Muslim scholar they say, or this the one who claims science.
ده المحدثين المتأخرين.
Those the new ones, not the old one, the new, like, you know, new generation, YouTube generation.
صادوا القمر شيء قالوا شوفوا هذه آية تدل أن القرآن يقول أنه سوف تصعدون بسلطان. يعني السلطان يعني الصواريخ.
So you say that some of them, like those, like Mimi and Fifi and Susu, they say, oh, see this verse, it says you will not go up to the sky unless by an authority. They say, oh, this authority here means the spaceship. The authority of Allah became spaceship. He's making fun of them.
كان هذا كشف علمي.
This is a discovery, scientific discovery, they say.
هو ما يقولون الآية الأخرى اللي وراها المصيبة اللي وراها.
They don't mention the disaster come after it. You see, he's making fun of them. So they say to you, this is about Allah predict that a human being will go to heaven, the space, but they will not mention the verse after it, which is a disaster.
يقول يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران.
He send on you flame and copper to burn you, and you will not prevail. You will not be able to accomplish your mission, which is what? To go out of the space of the earth, from the zone of the earth.
مستحيل توصلون للقمر.
So it's impossible to go to the moon.
وصلوا.
Well, they are there. Hello. وصلوا. شلونك عيني شلونك؟ شو مخلي على عيونك؟ Muslims, are you listening? Those who speak Arabic. Did you hear? How the Quran says you cannot go to the zone of the out of the earth, and then he's saying to you, but they are there. How the Quran says that?
وصلوا وتحدوا القرآن وصلوا.
Well, people they are there and they challenge the Quran, and they are there already.
صدق شافوا اكو شهوب نيازك لبسوا درع وخلوا خوذه وكذا ووصلوا وتحدوا رب القرآن وكل شيء ما صار بهم رجعوا.
Well, those people, they have a suit, they put a helmet in their head, they went to the space, and they took images, they saw the meteor, they saw the stars, and they came back safe, and nothing happened to them. Where is the threat of the Quran that Allah will burn them?
سالمين غانمين.
They came back safely, and they win. You know, they accomplish their mission.
وين تقول فلا تنتصران?
So where this verse says you will never accomplish, and let us go to the verse so you can see the stupidity. Here we go. Here this is about the two bodies of the salty water, and by the way, the Muslim they made a scientific miracle about this, which is stupid because what the Quran claim, you see here they translate, it says the two bodies of flowing water. It's not bodies, it's two seas. It says in Arabic Bahrain. This is a lying translation. Between them a barrier will never transgress, which means they will never meet, ever. The Muslims, they fabricate videos, they say, oh, this is salty water and fresh water in the sea. That the Quran says they will never meet, they will never transgress. Why? The barrier here is a barzakh, which is a dry land. So the stupid Muhammad, he thought, as long we dig into the ground, we find fresh water, That's mean we have an ocean of fresh water and ocean of salty water, and Allah don't not allow them to mix. He put the land between them. Science. And then here he says, speaking about Allah challenging the human being and the genie to go out of the zone of the earth and the heaven. And the Muslims here, he said, those YouTubers, they say, oh, this is science, because Allah, he says, you will not pass unless by the authority of Allah. And the authority of Allah is the spaceship. So the NASA is the authority of Allah. And he said, well, they don't mention to you the verse after it, which is a disaster. Because Allah, he says, if you try to go there, Allah will smoke you by fire and by copper. And he will burn you. And you will never go there. You see it? This is how stupid this Quran is. This is an honest Muslim sheikh saying the truth, that the Quran is a hilarious comedian stupid book. And this guy, by the way, he did not leave Islam. He is a Muslim. He believes in Allah. But he said the Quran cannot be the book of Allah. Obviously, this is the most stupid book ever. Arabic is wrong. Science is wrong. Sentences are wrong. History is wrong. Everything in this book is absolutely wrong. So how this can be from Allah if Allah is God? Isn't it this is accusing Allah of being a liar? Because obviously they went to the sky. You know, that's mean Allah is a liar if this is true, if the Quran is from Allah. This is why I say, when I claim that this is the Quran, is the book of Allah, this is the biggest insult to Allah. The biggest insult.
أنا أريد أنزه الله والذات المقدسة عن أن ينسب له مثل هذا الكلام.
Me myself, I will lift up Allah from such a stupid book. For Allah way higher than this. No way this is book can be from him.
هذا كلام بشر.
This is a words of a human. Cannot be from God.
كلام الله مستحيل أن يكون فيه هذه اللخبطات.
There is no way Allah will speak in such a لخبطات. لخبطات in the Iraqi accent, trying to explain to you, like messed up garbage, you know, like لخبطات. خربيطة. ها؟ خربط يخربط خربوط. يا بني خربوط. قد جئنا بمحمدكم في حبل ومربوط. And the funny, the Muslims in the chat, they are saying this is a fake sheikh. I mean, this guy is very well known. He go on TV. He, you know, but this is a fake sheikh. Even this guy is a fake sheikh. You know, how come they did not say to him, show us your face? Show us your face. Show us your face. I challenge you, I would debate you. Show me your face. Here we go. He have his name. He have his face. He's a very well-known person. And if you look at the crowd, there's hundreds of people. They attend his lectures where he teach in the mosque.
البلاغية والعلمية.
He says the messed up book by language and by science. So thank you. May the Lord bless you, and may the Lord save you all from the evil and evildoers. Doesn't matter who they are. Love the Muslims, we love the Hindus, we love the Buddhas, we love the atheists. But the question is, do they want that love? Do they love the Lord as He loved them? That is dependent on you. And it's your choice. Christ is Lord. Islam is false. And we see you soon again. Bye-bye.